Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to give you a quick update on what's going on. So a lot of you guys may have noticed the channel's name has now changed to 0xfiles, okay, with Sham, right, with your host Sham, myself. So obviously you guys have probably noticed that I've had this kind of an epiphany, right, where I've noticed certain things in the market and I started talking about them, and I'm kind of theorizing how there's this massive global conspiracy, how centralization has taken over the decentralization, right? So I just thought, you know what better name to give to the channel than to basically call it the 0xfiles. So we're going to be talking a lot about these kind of theories and whatnot. If you want to come on this journey with me, do subscribe, hit that like button, share with one another, and continue on this journey. You'll see me doing this unscripted, usually on my drive to my place of work or anywhere I'm going, right? Usually when I'm driving, you'll see this. For context, the time today right now is 4:27, and the date I believe is the 16th or the 17th, something like this, right? It's a Sunday basically, so we're going to have a candle close today, which I'm hoping for and looking forward to as well. I can't tell you much about the charts. The last I checked was a few days ago. Actually, I haven't checked it yesterday or even today, and I remember the weekly candles or the weekly sentiment was kind of overbought, right? So I'm still focusing on that. So those of you who have watched the video about 3 days ago that I released, I have spoken about this and I said, guys, that's what's going on. I'm not going to change my mind on what I've said, because regardless what the market is doing right now, regardless we're having a relief rally or whatever, regardless if the alts are pumping, and if they are, great, take the money, make the money, take the money, right? But the greater market, the one with the biggest dominance, right, the two with the biggest dominance, when we start seeing them kind of being a little bit shaky, we got to also wonder that is it the right time for us to enter or not. A week prior to that, I believe, or just before the crash, right, I think it was yeah, just about a week before that, about 10 11 days, I can't remember, but I did have another video where I said to everyone, I said, guys, the only advice I can give, friendly advice I can give, is if you make your money, then get out and just wait for the red candles to come in. And of course, when the red candles come in, those are the opportunities. So people talk about buying the dips. We didn't talk about buying the dips, because this was not a buying the dip opportunity. This was more of buying the red, right? It's not going to be a dip. That's what I'm feeling like anyway. But nothing is set in stone, and I have mentioned that we could easily recover. We did not recover as I wanted it to. We've come to Sunday right now. We didn't really recover. However, this would be the candle we have now. We need the next candle to tell us what the market direction is going to be. Because, for example, on Monday, we can open up positive, we could recover this entire candle, go back to $44,000 on the BTC, and guess what, market's still on. Because remember, the trend, the larger trend line is still active, right? So this is all me talking about what the market is doing from 3 days ago, right? What I saw 3 days ago. So again, when you look at your 21-week moving average, when you look at your 20-week moving EMA, you start looking at those, you can see that we are way above our trend line, which is fantastic, right? So when we look at those averages, we're doing okay. So nothing to worry about. There's not, you know, you shouldn't panic and say, oh, right, we're going back to 10K or going back to 20K. That's not the case here, right? The case here is we need to settle down. We need to find a new support zone, whether we do it on a daily or whether we do it on a weekly, it doesn't really matter. However, it is a lot more better for us to have it on a higher time frame, like a weekly time frame. Apologies if the audio is a little bit bad, because I am driving and London roads are not the greatest road on the planet. Believe me, I've seen roads in third world countries much better than UK side roads, right? It's just fucking hilarious. Yeah, motorways and this and that are good, but side roads, oh my God, they don't maintain them. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that, right? So I hope you guys appreciate the new channel name change. Also, I mentioned previously on another video as well, the Paradex's saga is completely ended, right? That's not going to be happening anymore. So, you know, I don't want to talk about the coin. I don't want to talk about the project. I don't want to mention it anywhere. Hence why, if you look at some of the profile links that I usually used to share, I'm taking down everything, guys. I'm taking down everything. I'm taking down the Twitter. I'm changing everything, basically, right? So none of it's going to be there. Now it's just basically me, my theories, and me and my world, basically, nothing else, right? So if you do appreciate what you see here, if you do appreciate the stuff that I talk about, I would appreciate if you can hit that subscribe, hit that like button, because I want to take this channel forward. Because you know, one thing I did all the time, right? The entire time I've been on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for a very long time, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. I've actually had channels before, right? Launching this particular channel, right? I've had channels before, but I've never done my face or my voice, right? I've always done no face, no voice kind of videos and XYZ. So I've been in the game quite some time, but this is like more of a kind of a community philanthropy type of thing for me, right? So when I do this, I feel good, right? I feel good. So I want to continue with this, continue giving people information before it comes, right? You know, continue giving people market updates of what to expect weeks in advance, 2 weeks in advance, whatever it be. I'm trying to do my best here, right? So, you know, again, any support, highly appreciated. And of course, the support doesn't mean I want any financial support from you. I don't need that, right? All I want you to do is help me with the algorithm. That's it, nothing else, right? So the more people can get benefit from this, nothing else. So that's that. That's the market. I wanted to drop a little bit of an update. So I know a lot of you guys got quite confused with something I did recently. So again, a few videos ago I kind of mentioned it. I think it was like 10-11 days ago. Again, I dropped a cryptocurrency, made it go live. So I've got a live cryptocurrency sitting in another wallet, ready to be deployed, distributed to about 800-900 people. I am looking for around 5,000 wallets. If I do get 5,000 wallets, that's great, because we want to airdrop 50% of it. However, if all of the 50% doesn't go, not to worry, there will be other airdrops coming in the future as well, where we might do more airdrops and, you know, see how things go. But the confusion a lot of people had was when I talked about a meme coin. I said, look, I am also going to be launching a meme coin. So a lot of people got the two confused, thought the No Central is a meme coin. Let me explain this to you guys. For those of you who are not familiar with how the markets work or what a meme coin technically is, right, when we talk about it, right, in general, when we're talking about a meme coin, we're talking about billions and billions, if not trillions of tokens, right? The supply is just some ridiculous amount, and the idea behind that is that you could go and buy $1 worth and get like 100,000 coins, right? Or maybe $10 worth and get a million coins or whatever, right? Something stupid, right? That's the idea. It's like, it's going to be ridiculous, right? That's a meme coin idea, right? The whole entire project has to be ridiculous, every possible way ridiculous, right? And that's what makes good meme coin. So that's my opinion, at least. I don't know about other people, but when you see a coin with 100 million tokens, 200 million tokens, 500 million tokens, even 1 billion tokens, that's not really a meme coin. That's more of a economy coin. That's more of a governance coin, maybe even a DAO coin, XYZ, right? With fixed supplies. So please do understand the differences between both of them, right? And then, you know, we move forward from there. So I hope this kind of clears some of that for those of you guys. Now, the meme coin one, I have been working quite a bit on it. I've mostly started work on the logo and this and that, and I've had a few test runs on the live networks. I've done a few test runs. I've launched another third token. So I launched another third token, but just for testing purposes. Again, I'm very transparent with the entire community, and I've said to everyone, I said, guys, do not buy any of this stuff and this and that, because I do not have any control over it. I've just wanted to test the smart contracts, because what happens, and this is the hard reality, right? There is a lot of things we can do testing when it comes to, say, for example, when we're testing on a what do you call that, a test network, right? When I'm doing some tests on the test network, there are various things I can see, right, which is fine, right? It's simple stuff that, yes, and then you have to make an assumption that it's going to work on the live net, right? But the truth is, a lot of these things do not work on the live net. So in order for you to make sure that that code entirely works as intended, right, and does every function that you want, sometimes you just got to go live and just deal with it, right? So for me, I didn't want to drop something live and then promote to the community but have no control over it, and then it goes completely wild, right? And people lose money. I didn't want none of that business, right? So I did some testing, and I've been transparent with everyone how I'm doing it. And I said, right, I'm going to, once the testing is done, I'm going to move forward. Now, I do invite, right? And I do invite because remember, I'm a very, very inclusive person, right? What that means is, you know, yes, I'm a little bit of a hermit, right? I do like doing things on my own. I do like keeping to myself as much as possible. I'm not much of a crowd pleaser. I like to just, you know, sit quietly and do my own thing, and I live in my own bubble, right? If that makes any sense. I genuinely do live in my own bubble. But when it comes to doing projects, and especially community focused projects, right? When I'm talking about like I want to do a meme coin, I want to do a cryptocurrency project, and that, I want the community to be as inclusive as possible, right? And I'll get to the point where somebody even said to me, I have no idea, this is way over my head, right? And absolutely, a lot of people that I deal with personally have invested or are investing or are thinking of investing, right? There are new people who are thinking of investing in crypto, and they come to me for help and advice and comments and opinions, right? And I'll just tell you as it is, right? And a lot of the time they come for these kind of more intricate expert knowledge, right? For that, I will spend time with you, no problem. You want some, you know, explanations done in the most layman's term, I'll give you that explanation, right? To the point where there was one situation where somebody wanted to see how liquidity is added to Uniswap, right? So good thing for me was I had a few, you know, I had a test coin and I had a live coin. So I said, right, come, I'll show you how it's done, right? So I've done the testing, burning my own money to show it to them. Not that I'm taking anything off them. So I've done that, right? And I'm happy to do that. It's not an issue. And then obviously when I'm doing these projects and I'm saying, I want you to be inclusive, I want you to be a part of it, right? You know, part of the like the founding of the entire project. And what that means is you could be writing up a paper, for example, or you could be giving some ideas, or you could be part of the council who keeps me straight in my path, right? So I don't diverge or anything like this, right? You could be part of the design team. You could be part of the development team. Now that's the most important team, right? And everybody will be compensated accordingly with that token, obviously. So we're not talking about any financial gains here. So nobody should have any financial expectations, right? But ultimately, if the project is successful, you can see where things can go, right? Where things can lead to, right? So you have to believe in the project and you have to commit to the project, and you will also be rewarded just like that. So that's, you know, that's just my kind of proposal to everybody. You know, I want community to be inclusive and move forward. It's not just about dropping your wallets and then getting all excited. Oh, I'm going to get some freebies. You know, my man Sham's going to drop me some freebies. My man Sham's going to put the liquidity in and we're going to dump it on him and then we're going to leave. By all means, carry on, guys. If that's what you want, by all means, right? And I know most of the people like who dropped those 800-900 wallets that came, that's all they want to do, which is absolutely fine. All right, not a problem at all. But that doesn't help the project, right? Helping the project means you also go and provide liquidity yourself. So anything the community will do to support the project could move a project forward. You can't build stuff unless people are willing to support you in many, many forms, right? So I'm just hoping, and as I said, I'm just urging people, if you are out there and you do believe in the project and you do want to see this thing being built out, I would appreciate any help, right, that you're giving to me, you know. And then obviously we want to do, so as I said, the first coin is going to be airdrop. There's not going to be any sale at all. I'm not going to sell anything at all. I'm just going to list it onto the Uniswap and then let people carry on with the other amount, right? But the meme coin project, we are going to have a private sale. We're going to have a pre-sale. We're going to have a main sale, right? We're going to have 3 freaking sales on that, right? So there are opportunities for people on every stage of the way, right, before the liquidity is put in. So, you know, each stage has its own purpose and its reason why that stage is active. So, for example, the private sale, right, is literally the foundation layer of the project. This is the base. This is the one that, you know, shows trust and belief and support for the project. The pre-sale layer, whatever pre-sale funding we get, that we want to be locking it up into the liquidity so people can see, go and buy and sell, do whatever they want to do. Again, that's a pre-sale. people who put it in, they will get a nice little discounted rate for the pre-sale amount. And when we go to the main sale, that's a different story. People can choose to buy directly without paying the extra fees that they would pay normally on Uniswap or XYZ. But all of that also gives us a few potential plus points, right? What I mean by that is when more and more people are buying, more and more people are holding, more and more people are transacting with this, this puts us into the spotlight. And spotlight means that it's a lot easier to go to centralized exchanges, right, and promote it to centralized exchanges and say, look, we have a coin, community is interested, right, can you please list that? And they will list that for you, because normally to list a coin is very, very expensive, unless this coin, and this is the centralized thing I was talking about, right? So a lot of these centralized exchanges, they only like to give it to the highest bidder. So you know, when we've got a project with the high bidder, that means that project is already centralized, right? They already have communications and everything. But I've noticed friends of a friend, right? For example, so if someone's a friend of the exchange, they get easily listed. And then there are coins who are very popular, they also get listed, right? And they don't even bother about KYC and all of that for a project that is very, very popular. They don't care. They just list you anyway, because that's when the exchange realizes that, hold on, there's a million people or whatever people interested in buying and selling this, where we're missing out on the fees, right? So the exchange does it for only one reason, because they're going to make fees. So the more popular a coin is, the more fees they make, right? This is the reality, right? And of course, when you talk about coin market cap, CoinGecko, they have now started to do what's known as a DEX scan. So you can go and they will scan the decentralized exchanges and show your coin. And I've sent a screenshot on Discord. And by the way, Discord, the name's going to change as well. But anyway, I've sent a screenshot on Discord of how CoinMarketCap picked up one of the test coins, right? It picked it up, which is great. And there's a button there that says, would you like it? So anybody that views it, they can actually press a likes or dislike for this to be listed on CoinMarketCap. And I thought that's fascinating. So here you got a decentralized project. Nobody knows who the founder is. Obviously, you guys know it's me. Nobody knows who the founder is. Nobody knows where the wallet is. Nobody knows anything about the coin. But CoinMarketCap also gives you, the public, the option to go and like that and say, I want to see that being listed, right? So the more and more people do that, again, the better it is. And this is what it means to be a true community project, right? So that's what I'm working towards. All my fears aside, I'm about to go ballistic. I'm about to go and launch the project. And see what happens there. And of course, when I do, there will be plenty of marketing. And another one of my mate, right, he's a really good guy. He came to me the other day. He's like, how many hours did you spend on the logo? I was like, well, a couple of hours. He's like, oh, I told you, you've got to manage your time. So I understand where he's coming from. So one of the things that I am doing, I'm planning a lot, right? So there's going to be an entire plan, right, which is technically the roadmap, but it's a plan, it's a structure. And I'm going to keep things to the plan. And then I'm going to implement one of those things at a time, so that way the plan is executed, right? So the whole idea is to plan, implement, and execute. It's going to be a pie, and you probably even see it on a pie chart, but that would be really, really nice, right? That's what we're going to do. I'm calling it pie. But that's the way I'm moving forward, especially with that meme coin. There is great potential. And yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be interesting. That's all I want to say. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, I've talked too much about these meme coins and No Central and whatnot and this and that. I am going to release more data on No Central, but I'm just keeping it a bit hush-hush for now, because I want to do the airdrop. I want to see how the token performs. Once the token performs, then I'm going to release the roadmap for the token. Then, of course, people who dump might miss out, maybe not. We don't know, right? But whatever the situation is, we're going to find out at the time of launching the coin, right? So we're going to launch the coin, we're going to airdrop the token and see how the public reacts. Because for No Central, the white paper, the roadmap, for it to be successful, or for me to say that this is what we're going to do, the next stage, right? It needs to be successful in the hands of the people. If it is, then great, we move forward. If not, I'm still focusing a lot more energy in the meme coin, because I know that one has a whole another level of potential, right? If that makes sense. Coin wise, number wise, I would love to hear in the comments what people would like to see: a trillion token, 5 trillion token, 10 trillion token, 100 trillion token, 500 trillion token. You tell me, you give me a number, we're going to make that many tokens, right? Let's make it ridiculous, right? A meme coin should be ridiculous. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to babble on any longer. I just actually came to tell you guys about the changes and why I made the changes and why I think it's quite nice. And I'm thinking you probably even got a little bit of a taster here that, you know, 0xfiles makes more sense for this particular channel, hence because I you know, most of the times I've always got a little bit of a theory of my own, and I do believe strongly that there's these centralized entities or groups or people who are well connected with each other, who are actually making a whole bloody thing of decentralization. They claim to be decentralized, but they're not, right? These are actual people with control over the project. A lot of these projects, they have actual control, and they do it in multiple different ways, company structures and XYZ, but they're all well involved, well connected, right? They don't do anything for nothing. They know what they're going to be doing. And I think the same group of people are doing many projects, many projects, right? And it's a hit and miss, obviously. Now, they don't really care when you drop 10 projects and one succeeds. That's all you need, right? And that's what they're doing, as far as I'm concerned, and they well connected. So that's the theory that I have, and I'm sure at some stage it's all going to come out and people are going to start seeing it for what it really is. Until then, it's just a theory that I have. Call me crazy, call me whatever, but other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.